I'm Dolo, and I'm good with
But
that.
don't fuck with me.
I'm backed by God, so I don't even know how to have the fear you need me to have.
Boy, if you weak ass niggas even thought of doing something to me, I light y'all bitch ass up.
I don't fuck with nobody. So when you fuck with me, I'm fuck with you.
You want to be somewhere where people are all trying to grow. And if you going behind, guess what they gonna do? Tell you, hey, bro, you need to get right or get the hell on. You see what I'm saying? And them the type of people you need to be around because that holds you to a standard.
If you can't receive someone telling you something, and even if you don't like who's saying it, if you're focused on what they're who's saying it than what they're saying, you're not emotionally intelligent.
That's a fact.
You're emotional.
God put me through a lot of trials and tribulations so that I wouldn't get complacent, so that I could remember who the fuck I am.
Obsessed with finding myself now and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself. I believe in wins and lessons. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Everything is a lesson.
You can't let nothing break you. I don't care what the situation is, my nigga. Don't let that shit break you, cause it's always a
Stay
way.
you. Be you, be different. Don't try to follow no ways. What work for somebody else ain't gonna work for you.
Oh, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to strive to better myself. Or I'm just trying to be a better person. Yeah.
Giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that. So for anybody out there, you're enough.
If one door closed, another one gonna open.
I'm someone you really shouldn't put your hands on. So just make sure that this what you want, because I'm not gonna stop, and I'm very resourceful.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my back like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Yo, it's your boy Light Buddha Mike back at it again with another TikTok live reaction with the fam. How's everybody out there doing? Hopefully y'all feeling good, doing good, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep that positive motion in the ocean, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise they gonna crush us with a wave. So,
Every time I get in trouble, it's because I tell the truth. So what does that mean? That means they always lying to you. That means they're always lying to you. If I could get in so much trouble for just telling the truth. Cause remember when gangster rap was so motherfucking politically incorrect?
So we pulled the gas tank. That white cream layer in the bottom, that's all water. It's like this thick. And I filled up at Love's last night on a completely empty tank. Look at this.
yo, that's crazy. That shit's in our gas tank. If you put it in that cheap ass shit, that's in your gas tank. These motherfuckers over here destroying our vehicle deliberately, you guys. Deliberately. Fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. Shit. Pay attention out there, y'all. Keep it dumb.
They're not data centers. They're crypto mining facilities, but they can't tell you because then you'll want some of the crypto.
Mm.
They're not data centers. They're crypto mining facilities, but they can't tell you because then you'll want some of the crypto.
That's probably true though. I think they're data mining facilities myself. Can't prove it yet, but shit. Soon will be.
The illusion is that change takes time. The truth is, change happens the moment you decide. You don't need more time. You need a shift in being. You see, there are...
You know, I thought that was a little bit longer. Weird. Keep moving.
They are literally wiping the slate clean, and not in a good way. They're using these AI centers to basically change the molecular structure of our living water. The water that holds the code in memory that makes our existence, that makes us. All the information that we feed these AI platforms, well, guess what? It's taking it and it's erasing it or restructuring it. And then it's spitting it back out. Literally recycling new consciousness in order to stop the awakening that's happening. They're doing everything that they can, and it's not about cooling these machines. It's about rewriting our existence as we know it. Call me crazy if you want. I really don't care. But my intuition says that this is spot on. We really need to look into this more.
Most definitely do. We most definitely do. I think that shit. Yo, what it do? Baby Cakes in the building over there on TikTok. I see you, fam. How you doing over there, Queen? Thank you for checking in over there. Boogie in the building. Yeah, I knew I had to send out the thing. I was like, how come I ain't got nobody yet? I'm over here wondering why. But shoot, I know, because I didn't put it in the right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't send out the RSVPs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here now, y'all. Here now. Let's keep.
All this shit that they find lit is not lit to me. I don't want to go to no club and niggas stepping on my shoes and all this extra shit, all these fucking drunk females and, bro, listen, keep all that energy away from me. I'd rather go work out, go to LA Fitness and find a baddie in there that's by herself working on her purpose, trying to better her life. They putting your ego on the spot. Now your ego is, oh my God, he's paying attention to me. You are not your ego. You are not your thoughts. Material things do not, listen, money cannot buy mental health. The more material things you buy, the more you're gonna have all this shit in front of you that didn't make you happy. I'm made to lose. You take nothing but W's. You don't know what it's supposed to feel like to take a loss. There is no loss when you become your higher self. You don't know what a loss feel like. It's a trap. These people you see with all this material shit they find, they are lost souls. They are not happy. They are not satisfied with who they are. That's why now sit here and ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought going to be. Niggas want to hit the strip club tonight. What do I look like throwing my money to some strippers that don't even like me? The fuck I look like? You think you need 1 million followers. You think you need 2 million, 3 million. You think you need to be a bad bitch. You think you need your higher self that's with you at all times already is what you think you need. No matter how much you chase happiness, it would never be enough. You cannot chase happiness. Happiness lies right within you, in the moment. Stay in the moment. The more you focus on yourself, it starts to become uncomfortable. This is all ego. It's not you. You're watching it. You are the watcher.
Mm. 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 Start participating, y'all. Especially being a reflection and shit. Start participating. See that change that you want to see. Start first in the mirror. Like MJ used to say. Okay? I'm talking to the man in the mirror, telling him to change his way.
Hey,
That
yo,
part.
have you seen this?
This bro caught my last video and decided to call me ignorant because I asked the question why data centers can't just use reverse osmosis to create more water. Honey, if you only knew how right I
Yeah, we're still on them data centers. Don't worry.
Oh, I forgave you. I just don't want you near me anymore. People confuse forgiveness with reconciliation. They think because you let it go that you should let them back in. Let me be clear about something. Forgiveness is, for me, access that has to be earned. And just because I released the anger doesn't mean I forgot what you showed me. Forgiving you doesn't delete the data. It just means that I'm no longer angry or holding on about what the data actually revealed. I can forgive you and still not trust you. I can wish you well and still not want you in my space. I can pray for you and still keep the door locked. Those things aren't contradictions, they're wisdom. The people who get upset when you forgive but don't restore access didn't want your forgiveness. They wanted their position back. They wanted to skip the part about accountability and go straight back to proximity. But proximity without change is just a second opportunity to do the same thing. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm not holding a grudge. I just rather protect my peace than perform a reunion that I don't even feel. Forgiveness, it doesn't come with a key. You can be forgiven and still not be welcome. I'm not even being cold. That's just clarity.
Hey, Sammy Esquire. I think that's how you say it, right? Esquire. Uh, I'm already affiliated with Black Hoodies, so I'm part of DTS, Stream the Stream. I don't know if you noticed over there on Twitch. Yeah. So I'm already good. I'm established. I'm good. Oh.
This was just something else from NASA, where between 1500 and 1980, they were able to look back and correlate a lot of volcanic activity with solar activity as well. I don't really plan to get into it much. You can read these if you want yourself. You literally just go to nasa.gov and type in publication abstracts for volcanic eruptions and solar activity, and it will pop up. Again, this is just interesting that people constantly try to tell me that I'm wrong when they've been looking into this themselves. A lot of scientists, especially right now, are doing their best to prove all of this in the way that it's supposed to be proven, through peer-reviewed essays, through actual data. But whenever the data you get is scrubbed or lied about or whatever it is the government may do, because, if a scientist working under the government, I feel like if they do prove this and they correlate it, somebody comes down from high up and says, hey, no.
Stick to the script. It's all pre-written.
Another one, and this is from Harvard, explaining that from 1610 all the way to now has correlation of volcanic eruptions or activity. So this is from multiple scientists or geophysicists. I think they were in their studies at the time of this being wrote. But they, again, another peer-reviewed essay where they were trying to explain the link between volcanic eruptions and terrestrial space weather. I don't know, folks. I'm just trying to provide you with the information where I get my ideas and theories from, that they are not just grounded in...
I'm right.
No.
I'm not like Ben Davidson where I sit there and I pretty my hair and I wear my gold chain and I sit there and say, you better fucking be ready and fuck you if you're a loser who doesn't care for his family, you're a piece of shit. I can't believe some of the things this dude has said in terms of fear-mongering. He kind of seems like a dickhead. Just so everybody understands, I feel like Ben Davidson's a little bit of a prick. And then you've got Stefan Burns, who also wears a bunch of gel and worries more about his look than he does trying to explain it to people that don't understand it. And then now he's charging, my wife explained to me that he charges like, first of all, he's got a bunch of merchandise, and he sells like $50 tea bags. But he also, I got a Get a $50 tea bag for him.
This nigga funny as fuck. This was fucking funny as fuck. I wasn't expecting him to hit him with a teabag joke. I got a $50 teabag for him. Yeah, dude. fuckery right there. I'm not trying to exploit people. One thing I don't want to do is mislead people. But I do want to be entertaining as fuck while I do this. Because the truth has to be in it. At least if it makes you smile and joke, they won't come over here, stab and poke. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving.
You talk about masonry, this is masonry right here. This is equivalent to this. And this, when you read the Bible, when it describes the beast, is everything. The 4 crowns, the mouth of the lion, the 10 lions, the body of the leopard. When they describe the beast in Revelation, this is what they talk about. They talk about the British Empire. The little horn, the knight of the order, the unicorn, the eyes of man, you know what I mean? The crown of heaven, the 4 beasts. It's all there. So, to show you, he put that there. See what I'm saying? They go to tunnel. They go to earth. They go Crowley. That's Aleister Crowley. He's showing you. Wow. Here go the little black baby holding the skull of the Triceratops. Wow.
Gotta remember, y'all. Got to. I mean, we is waking up anyway, so at least when you get to superpowers, know how to use them. You know what I mean? Saying be benevolent with your spirit. Don't want to conjure demons. Somebody else take your soul.
So here goes some breaking news for your ass. Donald Trump is thinking about reclassifying the Lord's letters. You heard me right. Donald Trump is thinking about reclassifying the Lord's letters. Now he on the right path. Over a recent dinner at one of his private clubs, he talked about possibly loosening federal restrictions on the Lord's letters. And he said this to a bunch of donors that was in the audience that it's time to review this situation. He signaled for support of removing the Lord's letters from the same category as that white stuff. I don't know if he was just saying this because he had a $1 million plate fundraiser. Now, if this change goes through, it will make it easier to buy and sell the Lord's letters, but also to make the legal multi-billion industry more profitable. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of pushback, but we just going to have to wait to see what happens next.
It's like that, man. Yeah. I might want to do me some shit and some clothing, you know what I mean? I'll make some clothing right quick. You know what I mean? Give me a quick buck, huh? Gotta worry about that shit. I think gotta put that shit in some kind of wax or some shit. Figure it out. Till then, no.
1900s, the Teotihuacan was a mound before excavation. We are the original mound builders.
In Ohio. The Miami rivers and the Scioto River of southern Ohio are especially rich in these embankments, including Fort Ancient off the Little Miami River, and the fantastic Serpent Mound of southern Ohio in the shape of a snake eating an egg. This can still be visited today, and in fact, the best sites have been preserved as UNESCO World Heritage Sites finally after many years. There were actually 3 different cultures. The Adena were first, the Hopewell, and then the Fort Ancient culture, and they had extensive trade networks bringing in obsidian from Yellowstone, bringing in mica and copper from Michigan and the Carolinas. Some of my favorite Hopewell art are these pipes that are in the shape of a beaver, a cat. We've got a river otter and a coyote. There's many of these pipes that have been found. There were multiple mounds and earthworks that Cincinnati was built over. Marietta was built over mounds and earthworks. Circleville, this is a continuing theme in Ohio settlement. Only a fraction of the great mounds and earthworks are left remaining.
I mean, we is the mound builders after all, so. Wonder what we would do with said land. Yo, Jen in the building. I know these areas well, y'all. Hey, how's going over there, Jen? Trying to figure out where everybody else is. We only got 7 people. 8 if you count Twitch. Is Baby Cakes, aka over there, Empress. Is Raina. Yeah, nice and cool over here. A little bit weird though. Middle thing.
Michael Jackson thought he was going to get his masters back in 1999. He finds out around 1999, Art, that he not getting his masters back until 2009, the year he died. Are you following me on this, Art? Let me say that one more time. Let me say this one more time. Michael Jackson thought he was going to get his masters back in 1999. His lawyers played him. He finds out in 1999 he's not getting his master recordings back until 2009, the year he died. I think you know where I'm going with this. So now, Art, Tommy Mottola tells Michael Jackson, if you don't extend your contract, we're not going to finance Invincible. Michael Jackson said, I'm not signing no contract extension with you devils. I want out. So they sabotage Invincible, Art, to put him in debt. Why did they want Michael Jackson in debt? To try to force him to sell his personal catalog and the joint ATV catalog, Art. Sony Records was bankrupting Michael Jackson to try to force him to turn over all of his music. They signed with him to destroy him and take his music. Same thing Warner Brothers did with Prince, allegedly, that led to his premature execution.
Tell him, Dr. Umar. Tell him. Yes. Feeling good though. Tastes good. Today I found out I am not part of the Cool Kids Club. I apparently was excluded from the Grown text to call off to the fuck. Wait, what? DJ in the building, yo. I do, and I smoked on the way home. Nice. Hey, Jen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you want to be part of the Cool Kids group, right? Uh, and if you do, you have to fake it to actually be in the Cool Kids Club. You can't tell them the shit we know. Because cool kids don't talk about the shit we know. Only conspiracy theories talk about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't like us, especially in the job line that you got. You know what I'm saying? You got air traffic control. People come in there asking if it's flat all the time. You gotta tell them no, the ball, because that's how they want you to work. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to live by the God's plan. They want you to live by their code. You know, it's fuckery, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't with the fuckery, they ain't gonna let you get into the fuck, but they gonna fuck you over, nonetheless. They will fuck you over. But that's speculation, of course. You know that I would say half of what I'm saying is probably like gonna be considered speculation. You know what I'm saying? But can't tell them everything, you know, especially about the Leviathan.
We've made it to a category 5. And if you follow me,
I told you what's in the Caribbean causing all of these hurricanes. But it seems that people just don't listen. I showed you where they feed from. Here, let me show you again. For those of you that follow me, you know what you're looking at. For those of you that don't, here, let me help you out first. See this? There's the chin, all right? Watch this. It's a cobra-like head, all right? And it comes through here. Look, it goes through. Look at the difference. You can follow it here. All right? Now I want you guys to look real close. What's this? It's one there. And it's one there. All right? Now, they feed. This one feeds right here. All right? You will see all of this come right here. That is where this one sucks. All right? Can you see it? It's right there. This one even has a horn, people. Watch. Let me finish it for you. I'm going to follow it all out for you. And it goes out into the water.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you can't tell none of the stuff about that. You know what I'm saying? You tell any of that stuff, you liable to lose your job, Jim. But I would have liked to call off too. I have a lady who comes in and she's part of the aerospace engineer team for government. We talk all the time. She can't disclose anything. Well, yeah, but the thing is this too. You could ask her questions, and the way to get around her not disclosing anything is you tell her, well, you could say no if I'm wrong, and then don't say nothing if I'm right. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get it.
We was born in sin, nigga. How? We just got here, nigga. Yeah. How? How the fuck the baby born in sin? The baby innocent. The baby the most innocent motherfucker in the hospital when he get here. How the fuck the baby born in sin? Type of shit is this? And we accepted it. And you good house Negroes kill me. Good ass house Negroes. Y'all love y'all Master Sam. Yes, you do. Y'all love the house that Sam built over your shit. Fuck is wrong with you? Moving like some straight bitches out there, nigga. You better remember who the fuck you are, nigga, cause you making us look bad when you moving anything less than a god or a goddess and you got this neuromelanin. Boy, you give life to the sun and you out here talking about some motherfucking the son of God. Get your ass out of here, nigga. Where you at? Where, nigga?
Mm. See, that's how you get around it. You have to have code words. Cause look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I talk to retired people, the people that did the Air Force as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they were in the aerospace and shit, but they were in the Air Force, which is basically like the same premises, right? At least I would think they are. Um, and I talk about Earth flat, all that shit, like them chemtrail and all that shit. They're like, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, see, no, it was crazy and shit. I'm just a fly on the wall guy. I just get the information, bring it back to my people. You know what I'm saying? So I relay the message. I guess I'm what you would call a message. But I don't call myself that. I just call myself Buddha Mike.
Give your power to the sun. You pay homage to the sun, but we are the ones that empower the sun. All right? We have souls. Never forget that. So you have a sun inside of you. And when you meditate, you tap into it. We tapping into love. All right? We casting out the negative energy. You feel me? We gotta right now we need to tap into strictly into the love frequency because that's gonna help us heal. All right, we need to be healing going through these gateways. It's because this radiation is releasing out into the atmosphere now. So we need to be healing. We need to be catching that 528 hertz, that love vibration, family. Y'all with me, family?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, fam. I'm with you.
What's that? Oh, scientists are coming out saying that time is going to start moving much faster, starting as soon as tomorrow. What? Scientists said time is going to start moving much faster as soon as tomorrow. Now, when questioned as to why that is, they're saying because the Earth is going to start rotating at a much faster pace. Oh, goody. Yeah, first, the scientists come out saying that the ocean, in the Southern Ocean, the current is reversing direction, causing a huge salt surge, which is causing ice to melt at a rapid rate. Oh, fun. How fast might the days be getting, you ask? Oh, well, it could actually start to get dark as soon as 6 o'clock. Oh, fun. So don't get too cozy enjoying your long summer days, because according to scientists, they're gonna be much shorter. Oh, fun.
Sounds like pole shifter. I was thinking about the moon map. Our spot on the moon map. And I think about the rest of the spots that don't have that circle with the balls. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a sun and a moon. Some other spots around us don't got no sun and moon. Or if they do, we don't see them. That's only in reflection. Makes sense if they actually moved around us. But we don't know this for sure. Because it's only a reflection. We gonna keep it moving.
Well, a THC ban is coming to America in 5, 4, 3. So the Senate just passed what I call an extinction level event for the hemp industry. So it's a federal THC ban that's set to wipe out $30 billion in products. And you can bet that the House going to go right along and nod their heads like bobbleheads on a damn dashboard. This move is going to recriminalize hemp-derived products. You know, that stuff that some people using, the Delta 8s, the CBDs, all that stuff gonna be gone. Now, it was legalized back in 2018 under the Farm Bill. So your local smoke shop, your gas station gummies, the online orders, oh, that's about to be gone. Call your representatives, because if it passes the House, it's lights out for your local businesses. That Freedom Party that you keep voting for just told you what freedom means. Freedom is only what they define it to be. Now, they say these restrictions are about safety, but I say they're about controlling cash. Every time something becomes profitable for regular people, the government swoops in like a jealous ex. Like, if I can't have you, nobody can. So when your pain kicks in and you can't get your CBD oil, remember who banned it. The same people preaching small government. Turns out they only want it small enough to fit in your bloodstream and your bank account.
If they can't use you for the food or the medical money or the time spent where they could roll around in Benzes while you're over there barely living on good ends, I guess it would be split ends. Be spitting facts too. Yeah. But I always look at it like this, that it's usually your state that you have to worry about. Not like Trump already said he trying to get it legalized to where it's lower class. I think they did. They reclassified it. And now it's up to the state.
So there seems to be a lot of people trying to say, oh, you're fearmonger. We're not going to war. We're not going to war. The Nobel Peace Prize winner who ran for president fled the country last night. She fled the country. She's been there for a year in hiding, she said, because she wasn't allowed to travel. But she was also in hiding, right? And then yesterday was the day she chose, oh, let me get the fuck up out of here. She said she's been there in that situation for a year. No opportunities to leave. And then last night, Shorty got on a boat and left and is in Norway right now. The oil tanker got snagged up and she got the fuck out. I'm telling you, this is what I mean by critical thinking. Why would she just choose yesterday to leave?
Yeah, man. Hey, that's only my guess right there. All right, Red Cap. It's not for real. You don't know. I just believe it's gonna flood. That's all.
Listen, it is, y'all.
This guy doesn't even know what a heliocentric orbit is, and he's calling me a crackpot.
Don't look up Totus. Listen.
He says that Jewish billionaires invented this comet threat so the government can confiscate our liberty and our guns. Hashtag don't be scared.
So is that what happened to 3i Atlas? What happened to 3i Atlas? What happened to that? What happened to those comments that were coming? Huh? What happened to all those meteors that are falling out of the sky? What happened to that? The Jewish billionaires, they set us up. They're saying the comments coming just to confiscate stuff. They be putting it in the movies, y'all. They literally put it in the movies.
Act earlier,
Listen.
so you're gonna have to take the hit on this.
Yeah, we'll take care of you down the road, Jocelyn.
You hear that?
Of course, Jamie.
Listen.
I will resign in disgrace first thing tomorrow. That's weird sound.
Wow.
Emergencies. Good things come to those who wait.
Look at her trying to cry. Now think of all those so-called government officials or those CEOs that you've seen stepping down and resigning. Y'all think it was just on purpose, or you think it's all an act? Well, I'm telling y'all, it's all an act, bro. You're gonna find out everything has just literally been a game, bro. The shift is here. Y'all better wake up, bro. This whole world just stage is a movie.
See, Constance Juice be honest sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He be honest sometimes. The things speed up for a reason. Exactly. Things speed up for a reason. Well, shit. Babies is crawling at 6 months and shit now, so ain't slowing down no time soon. You feel me?
Self-mastery. Self-mastery. How do you master self? It starts with asking yourself the question, who are you? No, I don't want to hear what your neighborhood said you was. I don't want to hear what your mama said, your daddy said, none of them thoughts. Who are you? Because see, a lot of us aren't aware that a lot of your thoughts have been placed in you since a baby from the TV. From the TV, all right? If your ass 60 and under, you've been filled with selenium in your pineal. Through the TV, through the blue light, before they even came with the social media, all right? All these movies and basically all the movies have shaped your reality and what you think reality should be. Fact. So once again, you have to really sit with yourself and ask, who are you? And you already know. You know what make you smile. You know what you love to do. And I guarantee what you love to do, you good as fuck at it too. You good as fuck at it. See what I'm saying? If you want to call it love, we know that love isn't really real. It should be called understanding, which is deeper than love. A person could say they love you and will stab you in your back because love is one of the fallen angels along with fear. Two of Lucifer's top generals is fear and love. They hide behind these names. These are entities. But you have to break this light code lockdown. Who are you? You know what you love. You know what you're great at. And I can guarantee you 99.9% of you are not doing it. Because you are worried, you are fearing, you are too caught up in the matrix. The fear of how will I pay my bills? Because you're like, if you don't pay your bills, you have nowhere to stay, right? But you should move fearless, for this is your planet. This is our planet. So you have to be fearless first. No. Yeah, I could not be able to pay my bills, but you know what? It's a million, man. If I just sit back and think, it's a million ways to skin a cat. Hell, if I don't want to war over this shit and get gangster, because you could just get gangster. But if you don't want to just get gangster, okay, cool. How about you just use what's out there for you?
Mm. Mm. That part. Shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We choose to work in this system. But the only reason why we choose to work in this system is because the system has things that are materialistic that we want. Shouldn't want them because it's materialistic. But we want. We see because we want. They program us through commercials, advertising, colors. We don't even know why we want it, but we want it, and we gonna get it. Oh yeah. So keep moving.
Recently is that this has been ramped up and that they're being dropped in fields and farmland across America, millions of ticks in boxes, and here's a bit of a video of one of them.
I'm out here mushroom and I found, there it is right there, tick box. I'm not going to touch it because there's ticks all over that thing. I know there is. Look at it crawling out. Millions of them. See?
So that's what people are reporting, not just this one report, but all over the place. People with horses who take care of horses saying we've never seen anything like these ticks. And here is someone saying that they think it's coming. They caught a helicopter dropping this stuff. Let's watch.
We have no clue who these people are, what they're doing, but they're on our fucking top field.
So that was back.
Hmm. Hmm. No, I understand, bro. There's government babies everywhere, you know what I'm saying? How to wipe out cattle farms to buy land cheap while 500,000 people now can't even eat meat. Facts. Facts. Not only that, but it's gonna be like the Hunger Games pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the Hunger Games. But in God's land, like I said, the plan is not to eat the meat anyway. But at the same time, they're putting the shit in the foods, the gene splice in the foods. That's why they sell us the food. That's why they don't want us growing our own food. Just buy you some motherfucking seeds, people. Get you some, they call it heirloom seeds. Yeah. It will be 3 million by this time next year. Yeah, I think they'll get us down there. The Georgia Guidestones are gonna come to fruition. No problem. They got plans. We're blindsided by it, but they got plans.
Something don't seem right about the creator of Call of Duty losing his life in that car accident. That man has driven that car at the same speed on that same highway in the same place thousands of times. And that just happened there. Y'all gotta remember who Vincent Bella is, who shows through his Call of Duty games how to arm yourself, how to protect yourself, and how to do what these people don't want you to do. And now he's gone. I looked at this video 1,000 times. Now to the eye, you can see what's going on. But the third eye is reading something totally different. Think about this. We just saw a video where it's proof that they said that they can hack into your car and control your car. Let me say that to you again. They said that it is possible to hack into your car and control your car. All cars are ran by computers right now. It is possible. So with knowing that, I need you to go back and watch that video again and tell me what you think. Also, I just made a video about Call of Duty, telling you about the things that were going on in that game, not even 2 weeks ago. And now this man has lost his life in a freak accident. I need you to look at this thing one more time. Look at that. What happened to him was tragic. It might be how the chips fell in life, and then it might be Call of Duty. We'll never know. I'm out.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit looked like it was some AI shit. You know what I mean? That shit looked like some AI shit for real. Care what nobody says. Nothing about that looked like it was real.
Yes, the money system is coming down, but you have to conquer it. Like right now, you can't meditate all day. You're supposed to be working on your meditations. You're supposed to be working on your ability to command the elements. You're supposed to be out there by water, doing formations, working on commanding water. You're supposed to be around fire, practicing on your pyrokinesis. You're supposed to be out there on the land, practicing your geokinesis. You're supposed to be sitting around practicing your telekinesis and your telepathic abilities that you all have naturally already. Many of you do this shit all the time, at least on the telepathic side, telekinesis side. You know what I'm saying? You can move things with it. But you practicing this shit. You're not practicing this. You don't have you're not practicing different spells, which is also what? What is a spell? It's talking to the elements. It's commanding the elements once again. Because you're using your vibrations to do it. Words are vibrations. Words are magnets. Thoughts are magnets. So when you speak, that's spell casting. Remember, when you write it down, that's an affirmation. But on a more esoteric side and the metaphysical side, that's really a spell. And when you say it out loud, now you're spell casting. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, just because you say it don't mean it's going to manifest. It don't just work like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when people say bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? A person can say they're going to die 1,000 times and they still won't leave here. You get what I'm saying? A person can say something bad 1,000,000 times and they still won't go that way. That's not how it works. You get what I'm saying? That's not how it works with commanding the elements. But you got to understand your ability to command the elements, and you can't understand that when your ass at work all day. You know what I'm saying? You at work all day. We have to get back into nature. You know what I'm saying? You need time to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back into nature. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to just turn your house, you live in a big city, turn your house into nature within your house, do it. But that's what we got to do. This is all part of self-mastery. This is all part of self-mastery. Many of you are trying to meditate, but you have so many other things that you need to do to go with this. There's levels to this shit. It's real life levels to this shit. It's levels. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't gonna start meditating and then boom, you just locked in on work like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say a lot of people is trying to like tap in because it's trending. But then like I say, it's a mixture of it's trending, but it's also, I wouldn't just say trending. It's the fact that the Kundalini energy is rising in the community. So people is waking up. They ain't got no choice.
I mean, that's a given. It has to be given. Law of the one. Everybody gonna get it. Yeah, let's change it up a little bit for the fans.
There's a hole on his property, and he sees that like all his neighbors are throwing all kinds of crap into the hole, like old washing machines and all kinds of stuff. they're just using it as a dump. And so he starts doing the same thing. They're all just throwing stuff in the hole. And after a while, he wonders, why does this not fill up? It's very strange. So he goes over there and he's just he can't see the bottom. He can't hear an echo. And he's out there investigating with his dog. And he's looking and he looks and his dog won't come close. Like his dog is like, will not come near the hole. And he looks up and birds are flying around it. Like nothing wants to come near this hole. So he wants to figure out how deep this thing goes. And he's a fisherman, so he puts fishing line down there. And he's got 5,000 feet and he doesn't hit bottom. He does another spool. He's got 10,000 feet. He ties lifesavers on the bottom of it to put it down there to see if they'll come dissolved. Maybe it's a well. 20,000 feet, 50,000, till he hits about 16 miles of line down, and he doesn't hit the bottom with it. So he
16 miles
16
of line.
miles of line. So
16 or 60?
16.
Jeez.
And he notices that his radios are acting weird. When he's out there working, he's listening to his radio, and when his radio's near the hole, he's picking up these strange things, like he's hearing old time music, which doesn't make sense. And then he tunes a little bit and he catches a baseball game. He listens to that for a minute and realizes it's a game from 30 years ago. So something is affecting like time around the hole. So at this point, he calls into Art Bell at Coast to Coast. I don't know if you remember Art Bell on that show.
Oh, yeah.
Back then. So he's telling Art this story about how weird this hole is. He talks about how one of his neighbors, his dog, threw the dog down the hole. And the next day, he sees his dog running through the woods with his collar on, but he won't come. It's like he acts like he doesn't know him. Like the hole is doing weird stuff in the area. So he talks to Art Bell a little bit about it. And then Art is trying to get in touch with him and can't. And then finally does. And Mel Waters says, I wish I never called you. He said, so I talked to you, and he was out of town for that interview. He said, I got back into town. I couldn't get on my property. He said there was heavy machinery there. There was military there. They wouldn't let me up. Some guy in plain clothes came down and said, you can't come in here. I said, why? This is my property. He said, there was a plane crash, so we have to investigate it. There's no evidence of the plane crash. There's no news. And Mel starts to get kind of upset. It's my property, my land. And then the guy in plain clothes says, I'm not saying we will, but we could find a drug factory or something on this land. I'm just, saying that could happen if you want to press this. And Mel Waters said, I'll go to the press. The guy's like, tell whoever you want. No one's going to believe you. And he gets run off his property. And you don't know if it's a hoax or not, but Art Bell talks to a news crew that goes to the property, and they find evidence of tractor tracks in the mud and evidence that there was a military presence there along with machinery. And it's still all blocked off. Mel is eventually contacted by some intelligence and offered a deal. $2 million, you leave the country, you never come back, and you lease us the property, sell us the property. You just never come back. So Mel goes overseas for a while. And this story on Art Bell is 10 years that he checks in. So Mel is overseas. He's in Australia. And it's something like his niece is graduating. So he wants to come back. He's not supposed to come back at all. But he decides to come back anyway. And he's taking a bus. He lands wherever, and he's taking a bus. And there's some type of issue where breaks out on the bus. There's a fight or something. The bus pulls over, and everyone gets off, but he's not allowed off. Like they're holding him back. They get everyone off. A couple of guys kind of grab him. He feels like a pinch, and then he blacks out. And he wakes up 12 days later, and he's in San Francisco in an alley, and he doesn't know what's happened for the last 12 days. And he tastes blood in his mouth, and he realizes his back teeth are missing. Like it's a crazy story. And he's telling all this to Art, and Art helps him find a place to stay. And he says, Art, I just got contacted from Native tribe and a the people are called the Basque. I don't know if you know the Basque. It's a region between like France and Spain. It's a little area people call the Basque. It's a small community, but it's very unique. So a lot of Basques settled in Nevada in like the 19th century. So this native tribe is working with the Basque, and they call Mel, and they want him to come out because they found another hole. Story gets weirder from here. So he goes out to like consult with them about the hole, and that hole is different. Mel's hole was about 9 feet around, 9 feet wide with a stone retaining wall. This hole is 9 feet, but it's got this metal collar, and it's metal all the way down as far as the eye can see.
What the fuck is we living on, y'all? Huh? Is it really a maze underneath us that we don't know about? Hmm? Pythagoras' maze, huh? Is that real? I don't know.
This is crazy, but you could visit a well that is said to reflect the 9 circles of hell and believed to be built for secret initiation. This isn't really a well in the normal sense. It was actually never built to collect water. It's basically an inverted tower spiraling 27 meters down into the earth. Its descent is linked to the 9 circles of Dante's Inferno, and it was designed to feel like a symbolic journey into the darkness before returning to the light. The strangest part is at the bottom. At the bottom of the well doesn't end. Underneath is a hidden network of tunnels and grottos that connect different parts of the estate. So you end up disappearing into all these little passages that are cut into the rock. Now, as you explore, there are these hidden spots you should look out for. I'm going to try to pronounce them, but here, poco impreferito, ruta do labirinto, quinta da rigaleria. So I tried, but save this for later and follow for more study abroad and travel tips. Housing available on our website, studenthousingabroad.com. And use my founder code, Justin, for $100 off your booking.
Yeah, for real, for real. Let me spend 20 years carving rock out of what rain could flood you. Yeah. Said money is an attitude. I don't think it's an attitude. I think it's more of a problem than anything. Because you gotta remember, it's the root of all evil. People make money their God. False God right there. People die for the money though. But I got no money and no problem. See?
It's nothing wrong with reconnecting from people from the past, right? But very rarely should you do that shit. Let me explain. When you on a new path in life, a journey of growth, a journey of self-discovery, a journey of improving yourself and evolving as much as you can as a human being while you're on Earth, old people gonna be trying to come back into your life who are old frequencies. You on a new frequency right now. You raising your current frequency. All these old frequencies gonna be trying to come back in your life just to bring you back down. Some of them not gonna be like that. Some of these old frequencies might be coming back because they raised their frequency and now they trying to join up with you because y'all raising y'all frequencies together. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't that though. They coming back into your life to try to bring you back down. You raising your frequency, you becoming a better, stronger, faster, smarter, more evolved version of the old you. You need to be meeting new frequencies.
That part. Yeah. But he's no shame in that game.
The point isn't to convince yourself everything will be perfect. The point is to remove the illusion that the negative outcome is the only possibility. Because once your brain sees multiple outcomes instead of just one threat, your nervous system settles. Your body stops reacting as if disaster is inevitable. As I wrote in The Flint Mind, thoughts aren't facts, they're interpretations, and interpretations can be changed. So the real discipline isn't forcing positivity, it's refusing to let negativity become your default interpretation. Stay neutral, see both sides of the coin, and keep your nervous system steady enough to deal with whatever actually happened.
That part. It's all about evolving the brain, understanding things. The evolutionary process is thought. The only thing that's going to be evolved. You adapt. It's your brain and your thoughts, your mind, it evolves.
You don't need elaborate psychotherapy. Those suckers don't know either what's wrong with the human race. You are getting better just listening to me right now, because there is an apex from which all problems spring. You've lost of your humanity. The loss of your humanity because of the loss of your faith in yourself. And then the springing up of the wrong faith in yourself, in the wrong self. There's a wrong self that springs up. And it twists this meaning of doubt as to have faith in yourself by all the wrong methods and by all the wrong people, places, and things, the misuse of objects. Because somehow you feel that you must have faith in yourself.
That's just the wrong self-esteem. If you have to have faith in yourself. You have faith in the Most High. You have faith in your actions. The faith is going in based off of not knowing and then figuring out what you know when it happens. Just learn. We are here to be students, right? Students.
The point isn't to convince yourself everything will be perfect. The point is to remove the illusion that the negative...
And when you come to the point that nothing you can do is right, suddenly there is a flip in consciousness, which is called in Zen Satori, S-A-T-O-R-I, or sudden awakening. And at that moment, the observing self, the self which comments on oneself all the time, the self which obstructs, dissolves and disappears. And the flip is that whereas everything I did was wrong, now it's all right. And the monk becomes unobstructed, free as the clouds. And that is why a Zen monk is called Unsui, cloud and water, for he drifts like cloud and flows like water.
Hey, Red, you supposed to be holding that cat in your lap when it sleeps. That way you can get that energy from him. Cats heal, man. Cats heal. Get some of that. Get some of that heal, man.
And when you come
Good
to the
vibration.
point that
Get some good vibration, bro.
Fun fact, did you know that the superstition splitting the pole actually has its roots in a life or death survival tactic? See, in today's age, most people think it's bad luck, or in other terms, making sure you're glued with that friend. Let me give you a little history. Splitting the tree, splitting the pole, bread and butter, comes from slaves who were escaping for freedom. It actually comes from traveling in the dense woods at night, where sticking together, bread and butter, was a necessity. Splitting the pole or letting a tree come between two people was a genuine danger. It led to losing your partner, losing the trail, or even being captured. The rule was simple. You stay on the same side of every obstacle to ensure no one gets lost. When people say bread and butter today, to undo the split, they're actually honoring a deep ancestral legacy of unity. Because just like bread and butter, once you're together, you're not supposed to be pulled apart.
Yeah, man. Still say that to this day, y'all. To this day.
The method in which
the observer influence what the outcome is very difficult for science to prove. Scientifically, and Federico talks about this, it's called a wave function collapse. Okay? It means that in the quantum field, because in the quantum world, in the blessed field, there's nothing is solid. Everything exists as endless possibilities, meaning that anything that you can think of, okay? Let's say, for example, you have a lack of some kind, and you go into the field with the lack, and you're seeking resolution for the lack. Lack of health, lack of happiness, lack of joy, whatever it is that the lack is. There is not just one linear thing that the blessed field will bring you to resolve the problem. There is actually an infinite numbers of solutions set that potentially could show up. So in the quantum field or in the blessed field, it's a field of endless possibilities, whereas in the physical world, everything is solid and linear.
This dude said he could hear fire alarms chirping in the window. That's funny as fuck. And I think King's at work. I don't know. He might be on his way home though. Figure out when he gets there. Let's get.
I want to know something that's crazy. Me and people really don't get sad about the same stuff. Like, everybody gets sad about, you know, the basic average stuff that most people get sad about. You know what I get sad about? I get sad about the fact that all of us are eating GMO foods every single day, and that shit is literally chemically altering the entire integrity of our DNA on a daily basis. We ain't even the original humans no more because of the food that we eat. Let alone all the planes that be flying over, all the trails that be getting sprayed, all the gasoline and the diesel from all the planes and stuff we be breathing in every day. That's one of the reasons a lot of like women be having like birth defects and be having miscarriages. It's literally the air that we breathe in. That's why I get sad. All the cars we driving, filling all the exhaust that's filling up the atmosphere. We breathing that shit in every day. People don't think about that. People be wondering how they get cancer and stuff, and they just don't know how. It's literally the food we eating and the fucking air that we breathing. That's why I get sad. Me and people don't get sad about the same stuff. We really don't.
Now see, I think I think brother man right there got mad and scared or sad. Mad and sad, yeah. Mix the fuck up. Or maybe he think they're one and the same. But yeah, man. With him there. Yo, what up, Andrew in the building? What it do? I remember them putting music at certain frequencies so it would make young folks not hang out. But yeah. I never knew that, Red Cap. But that would explain why like house music was so prevalent and shit in the hood. Remember that shit? I know you do that. That shit was everywhere, bro. No food in the refrigerator. No food in the refrigerator. I'm gonna stop though. I'm reminiscing.
So Chicago just admitted they lost track of nearly 250 violent criminals who were supposed to be on ankle monitors, like GPS coordinates to the person. We got peoples that were, killing people, raping, batteries, all sorts of terrible things. They were just gone. And there's no leads on where to start looking. This isn't bureaucratic incompetence. People are already dead because of it. One police officer was killed, a woman was set on fire on a train, a mother was pistol whipped, all by criminals who ankle monitors were sending alerts that got ignored. I want you guys to drop a comment. Do you think Chicago's Democrat leadership should face criminal charges for this? Because when you ignore warnings and then people end up 6 feet under, you need to answer for it. Let's get into it. My name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also a White House correspondent. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. It helps us bring you the truth. So a Cook County judge just revealed in court that 246 people on monitoring have vanished. Out of 3,048 criminals released pre-trial with ankle monitors, they've lost 8%. But here's the kicker. Almost 20% of the people in this program are charged with violent offenses. 7% face aggravated battery, 4% are accused of criminal assault of the worst kind, and 8% are charged with taking a life. Check this out.
Now, Bill, shocking details out of the Chicago area. A judge says they have lost track of hundreds of people who were placed on ankle monitors, all while facing pending criminal cases. The total number now thought to be at nearly 250 people. Terrifying. Mike Tobin is live in Chicago. He's got more details on this for us. Hi, Mike.
But they have GPS coordinates attached to their foot, and it's on a computer screen in front of them. When they leave that little box, they get alerted, right? How do you screw this up?
And Sandra, it works out to 8% of the people on electronic monitoring in the pretrial program in Cook County and Chicago who are unaccounted for. Even the state's attorney says we should all be deeply concerned. This is the same system that was ignored by Lawrence Reed, a career violent criminal with 72 arrests. His ankle monitor showed that he'd been out all night twice and was violating his curfew on November 17th of last year when police say he boarded Chicago's L train and set a complete stranger, Bethany McGee, on fire. This is the same ankle monitor system that was ignored by 26-year-old Alfonso Talley. Records show he'd been in trouble for all of his adult life. He disregarded his curfew to the point that he didn't get home to charge the battery and the ankle monitor went dead. Police say on April 25th he went on a crime spree that ended with a mother of three, pistol whip with a broken nose, one police officer dead, another fighting for his life. 3,048 people were released pre-trial on electronic monitoring. Almost 20% of them are charged with violent crimes. 7% aggravated battery, 4% criminal sexual assault, 0.8% charged with murder, and 246 of them cannot be found.
Not only are they missing, they have no idea where they're at. None. Zero. They don't know if they're in the state of Illinois. They have no idea where these individuals are. So think about that. I mean, it's not like they could just go out and start looking for them. Like they have no clue.
The system alerts on a low battery or curfew violation. After 48 hours, a judge can be notified, and that judge can issue an arrest warrant. But any sheriff's deputy will tell you there are thousands of warrants in the system. Without an alert on a specific individual, they get lost in the pile. But the Cook County chief judge did tell a local reporter yesterday that law enforcement is actively searching for the people who are at large.
But Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker are going to tell you, these are just people that want to have fun. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this. But they know where every single gun owner lives inside of the state of Illinois, and they're trying to take away our Second Amendment rights. In the meantime, they're letting criminals run free and do whatever while they're trying to disarm the citizenry. This isn't about petty criminals, folks, who just skip town. We're talking about people accused of the most violent acts, and Chicago has no idea where they are. Officials admitted they don't have a basic information to even begin a search. No current location, no known associates, no leads, nothing. The failures in this system have already produced body counts. Lawrence Reed, 72 prior arrests, career violent criminal. His ankle monitor showed him violate a curfew multiple times, staying out the whole time. The system recorded every violation. And on November 17 last year, police say Reed boarded a Chicago train and set a complete stranger on fire. Her name was Bethany McGee. She did nothing to him. The monitor was working, the alerts were sent, and the Democrat establishment did nothing. Nobody acted. Then you have Alfonso Talley, 26 years old. His record shows he's been in trouble his entire life. He ignored his curfew so much that his ankle monitor went completely dead from not charging. On April 25th, authorities say Talley went on a violent spree. He pistol whipped a mother of three, breaking her nose. The rampage ended with one police officer being killed and another fighting for his life. Again, the system sent alerts, and again, nobody responded in time. The electronic monitoring system is supposed to flag violations like low battery or curfew breaches after 48 hours. A judge can then issue an arrest warrant, but sheriff's deputies say thousands of outstanding warrants already clogged the system. Without somebody prioritizing specific individuals, the alerts just get buried in the pile. This is what happens when you prioritize criminals over public safety. And Chicago's leadership designed these pretrial release programs to reduce jail overcrowding. Instead, they've built a revolving door where violent offenders walk free, ignore their monitoring requirements, and commit more violent acts. Us taxpayers, I live here, fund a system that doesn't work, and victims, like my children and family, pay with their lives. Nearly 250 people are just missing. 20% of them charged with violent offenses. 2 high-profile cases where ignored warnings led to killings and destruction. And Chicago voters keep electing the same political machine that produces these results. It's coming to a state near you. But let me know in the comments. Type accountability if you think nothing's ever going to happen, or failed if they just wanted to do this on purpose. And if you got value from this news update, tap subscribe, share this report. My opinion is next. You can't not like these people enough. This isn't a glitch in the system. This is the system working exactly as progressive policymakers designed it. They care more about avoiding incarceration than protecting innocent people. And the result? A justice system that treats monitoring violent criminals as an afterthought. Think about what this means. You're riding the train to work, walking your kids to school, grabbing groceries, and there are nearly 250 additional dangerous people on the loose in your city that the authorities can't even find. Some are accused of killing people, and the people in charge, they just shrug it off. This is what happens when you elect leaders who prioritize ideology over results. Our republic was built on the idea that government's first job is to protect its citizens. And Chicago's leadership has abandoned that duty. They've failed you, and they're failing us across the country. Stay alert, share this report, and God bless.
Let's go red. But the thing is, this dude, yeah, dude, they keep letting the violent people out. And the ones who are non-violent offenders, they keep it. Doesn't make sense. Should be the other way around. To tell you the truth. Especially if you have a assault felony charge. Like, damn, bro. Like, that dude got some battery, assault, everything. Everything. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? Shit, let's keep moving.
Now, the key of David, which is the key of eternal life. When you understand what the key is scripturally, it means understanding. Now, David had the understanding, the correct understanding, the spiritual understanding of what it means to be a God and how we live eternal life. He gave those keys to Solomon as well. He also gave those keys to the children of Israel. But because of our demise, of the destruction of the temple, the scattering of us, 400-year captivity, Christ returning, going through a persecution period, another 400-year captivity, and the 10 days of tribulation, and the little beast being let out for a little season, which ends right now. The whole world got fooled. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come back to God.
There's 70% people in jail for stupid shit. Facts. Adama, the commander in Battlestar Galactica. That's funny. Well, Adam, that's technically who it is. Not Adama. Adam. Yo, Red Cap, there's gonna be a concept with French Montana there, a concert with French Montana near you. Oh, nice one. It's gonna be wild. I'm gonna let you know this, Dennis. French Montana. He's part of Diddy's camp, bro. He likes doing butt stuff and touching little girls. So watch it. Watch it.
Egyptians was not a time. The Egyptians was a tribe. You feel me? A tribe right here in North America. Because North America was Egypt. And it wasn't just along the Nile. It was the whole, they called the whole landmass of present-day North America. All that was what they called us Egyptians in that state. Even when you see the crowns with the pharaoh, they got you thinking that it was only male pharaohs. It was goddesses that was pharaohs too. And becoming a pharaoh wasn't just something that you can attain if your father was the pharaoh or your mom. It didn't work like that. the pharaohs served as the mediums between the gods that was down here in the higher, more advanced spiritual deities and spiritual entities. So they was like a medium of such, you know what I'm saying? And the pharaohs, and to become a pharaoh, you had to be very in tune with yourself. Your kundalini had to rise you all the way to the top. You had to master all the chakras. And when you did that, that's what the serpent stood for, that they wore on their crowns. And then they had the cape on the crown that represent the snake cape, with the snake used to be hanging at the top. Then they had the long bill representing the electrical coils and oneness with self. You get what I'm saying? They had the and all that. Yeah, that they had that because that's all spiritual, that's all metaphysical. So to become a pharaoh was to become like a grand master of information and magic.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good business right there, man. Thanks, Ty. I don't know why I always grew this. Sano left the camp. He didn't leave the camp. That nigga's up in the party. He took the white parties, all that shit, bro. Careful who you run with.
Where was the Native Americans at? Because if we go read about the Egyptians, they act like they wasn't even on the planet at the same time. They got you thinking like them as different eras. Because they say the Egyptians was way, way back. When in actuality, the Egyptians was one of the more advanced tribes that we had amongst the tribes. Each tribe was advanced, but you had the Egyptians that was even a little more advanced. And these Egyptians was spread out all through what they call in present day the United States. Spread out all through there. Because before everybody broke into different tribes, they were Mississippians. Right? And the Mississippians was a tribe that was scattered around the whole landmass. You had Mississippians to the east, you had Mississippians to the south and the west. That's how they labeled the Mississippian tribe. And from the Mississippians, as the war continued to roll out, from Mississippians you got Californians and Navajo and Apache and Sioux and all these other tribes.
Yeah, so is the Gullah, Andrew. Gullah Wars. Remember those? They don't talk about it no more, but it was like right there along the coast of Georgia and Florida. It was right there. Those Gullah Islands. The Andrew, Dominic, they all do something Friday, keep news all weekend and week after. Yeah. That way they don't report nothing on the banking shit. But like DJ said, they're gonna be doing some shit in the banking system, so they're probably gonna flip the money to ARP or whatever the fuck that shit is. Yo, I'm on the forklift for the next hour. Damn. All right, Andrew, I'll holler at you more. I see you in the background. I know you're gonna be lurking. But to tell you the truth, we probably won't even last that long. Oh, some new wildlife or tornado or some shit. Facts. Facts. That's what they keep talking about the aliens for, though, man. So they're gonna make some bullshit up. Talking about 3-eye atlas. Nah, nigga, your eyes waking up. Keep it up. Florida, my daughter and I went to go see a few of it. It's unbelievable. Nice.
The new earth is just a frequency. The two things you must do to match that frequency, according to T.L.R canon, is let go of fear and let go of karma. In order to let go of karma, you must choose forgiveness. The Sanskrit word for karma is action. When you make the action of forgiving someone and forgiving yourself, you're clearing that energetic state. You're releasing karma because you're no longer holding on to anger and resentment. The frequency of the new earth is love. So when you choose love, you match the new earth. And when you choose forgiveness, that's what's happening. And then the other thing that you have to let go of is fear. Not the fear that alerts you, that can help you if you're in a dangerous situation, but the fear that's being spread that makes you smaller, makes you less empowered, because that fear is being spread for a certain agenda. Dolores Cannon says to think for yourself. And also something that just popped into my head, Dolores Cannon says that you can create and manifest anything, but one of the laws in doing so is you can't create to hurt or harm one another. Which I thought of that because that fear being spread is going against that rule, which is why it's not going to last. So be extra mindful of where you're placing your attention and where you're plugging your energy into. The only time is now, so where you place your attention is where you place your energy. If you're focusing on nature, that frequency is going to help you match the new earth frequency.
I see. Well, good thing I'm a Buddhist. That's all we do is give and get. What they say, Hakuna Matata? Means no words. The rest of your day.
If you're wearing headphones right now, you're about to experience hemispheric synchronization. Two slightly different tones will play, one in each ear, causing your brain to perceive a third rhythm. This third rhythm is 8 Hertz, the brainwave frequency right between theta and alpha, often called the billionaire brainwave. Let's just test the headphones and enjoy the effects.
You should hear this sound in your left ear. This sound in your right ear. And now, together.
Your mind is being altered by a brainwave. No, I'm stop. You wearing headphones, turn them up now for better effects. You are about to enter the Matrix, Neo. Are you ready? The pill is there. Just take it. That woke up both my cats. Hey, it's in my ears. Hey, this shit sounds good though. And my edibles are just kicked right hard. That's funny as fuck. I figured I'd talk over it because it's gonna be like another minute. It's about half a minute. But I figured that like you gotta put a deep voice on that shit. It'll probably do some good what do you call that? Sleep cicada rhythm shit for talking and shit. Mind programming. Some MK Ultra theta waves. Now you're in my brain, bro. That's what I was planning on, dude. I was like, man, I would talk over it, but I couldn't not, like, I didn't have a script to read. If I would have had a script to read, dude, I could have did some British shit. You know what I'm saying? It would have been dope. It would have been dope. I might have to get into doing that shit though. I'll talk about One Piece though. That would be dope though. Yeah, let's keep moving. Don't forget what we doing.
How do you find peace? You don't find peace. You choose it. By what you ignore, by what you release, by what you stop giving energy to. That's the shift.
That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
You hang around people who act like you are who you are, then you'll forget who you are.
Yeah, sound is quite a mystery. To make some MK Ultra deprogramming beats for TikTok, yeah, that would be dope. I'd get down with that shit. I should not text on a forklift. I'm gonna stop. Back in the cup holder, y'all go. Hey, be safe, bro, man. I'd see niggas crashing the poles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker jump off that. Matter of fact, he got flung off of it because of how hard he hit. You know what I'm saying? It was funny though. It was funny. Yeah. Shit.
Real gratitude is simply the recognition of the gift that existence is. Look at this. You are alive. You can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. You can think and feel and experience this astonishing world. None of this is ordinary. None of this is something you earned or deserved. It's pure gift. It's grace. It's miracle. When you really see this, when you really feel the extraordinary nature of the most ordinary moment, a glass of water, a breath of air, the warmth of the sun, gratitude arises naturally. You don't have to manufacture it or perform it. It simply bubbles up from the recognition of how blessed you already are. And this gratitude changes everything. It shifts you from a state of lack to a state of abundance, from fear to trust, from grasping to receiving, and in that state you become a channel for even more life, even more creativity, even more blessing to flow through you. So here's the correct way to talk to God. Sit down. Close your eyes if you like, or leave them open and softly focused. Take a few deep breaths and feel your body relaxing. Notice the thoughts bouncing around in your head, but don't follow them. Just watch them come and go. And then, without words, without any formulas or scripts, simply open yourself. Be receptive. Be listening. Be aware. Notice the silence underneath all the noise. Notice the space in which all experience is happening. Notice that you are aware, and this awareness is not separate from what you're aware of. You might sense a presence. You might have insights bubble up. You might simply feel a sense of peace or connection. Or nothing much might happen at all, and that's fine too. You're not doing this to get something. You're doing it to remember what you are. And then as you go about your day, carry this awareness with you. When you're washing dishes, really wash the dishes. Feel the warm water. Notice the bubbles. Be completely present to this simple act. When you're talking to someone, really listen. Don't plan your response. Don't judge what they're saying. Just be there, fully present, fully open. This is prayer. Not the words you recite, but the quality of your presence. Not the requests you make, but the awareness you bring to each moment. When you live this way, you discover something wonderful. The distinction between sacred and ordinary dissolves. Everything becomes prayer. Making breakfast is prayer. Walking to work is prayer. Listening to a friend is prayer. Because you're no longer separate from the source. You're no longer trying to get God's attention. You're simply being what you are, a unique expression of the divine, a particular way that the universe is experiencing itself. And from this place, when you do speak words of prayer, they come from a different source. They're not demands or bargaining or performance. They're expressions of this deeper awareness. They might sound like, thank you, or help me see clearly, or simply yes. You see, the correct way to talk to God is to recognize that there's no one to talk to. There's only this eternal now, this present moment, this direct experience of being alive, and you are not separate from it. You are it. So stop trying so hard. Stop performing. Stop pretending you're someone you're not, talking to something outside yourself. Just be quiet. Just listen. Just open yourself to what is, and in that openness, you'll find that you're already being prayed through. The universe is speaking itself through you. Life is living itself as you. God, if you want to use that word, is not something you talk to. It's what you are. This is the secret that the mystics have known in every tradition, that the seeker and the sought are one, that the prayer and the prayed to are the same thing looking at itself from different angles, that prayer is not communication between separate beings, but the universe becoming conscious of itself. So the correct way to talk to God is to stop talking and start listening, to stop seeking and start being, to stop performing and start experiencing. And in that simple shift, everything changes. Not because God finally heard you and decided to answer, but because you remembered what you always were, an inseparable part of the whole, the universe experiencing itself through the particular form called you. And that, my friends, is all the prayer you'll ever need.
Damn, man. One of the realest quotes you ever wrote.
Real gratitude is simply the recognition of the gift.
Simply the recognition.
Because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets.
I do think I'm getting better, if I do say so myself. I do really think I'm getting better at it. What y'all think? Think I'm getting better at collecting they secrets? I do think the concept of it is there. I think that's all we have to be in. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what, the most powerful thing in the world is the human mind, and prayer, and belief in yourself, and confidence, and perseverance. No matter how many times you do it again until it's right.
When God wants to make a man powerful, he don't crown him first, he breaks him. First, he strips away your comfort, your pride, your plans, till all that's left is what's real.
I'm proud of you, you know that. I hope you do.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Like, thank y'all for coming through. About to jump on some gaming. If y'all want to join, brother, I'm be over on TikTok. Oh, Twitch, I mean. I don't know why I said TikTok. But y'all come over there and hit me up on Twitch, you know what I'm saying? I even drop the link. I post the link for y'all. I think I have it. I think I have it somewhere. Discord, Twitch, there we go. Bang. Yeah, man. That's Twitch. Y'all want to hit it? Don't forget it. Be over there. Might be on some art creators. I'll have to figure out. All duty art creators. It's one of those. Shit, y'all know what it is, y'all. I like to thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all family. Try to do some more on Thursday. Yeah, I should be able to get some more Thursdays. Hopefully, things getting locked. You know what I'm saying? Keep coming through. I'm keep getting good shit for our spot, man. Promise y'all. We're gonna get good. Get good. We only getting better. Till then, we out. Peace.
Hey, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of
We're still the
Mars. Only a fool would include his own death as part of a plan. Young lady.
Mars so cold, I think I'm done with ice. Birds, if I leave her, she gon' die. Well, bitch, you done with life. Okay.
The real flex is how many lives you can positively impact. It's not about cars, clothes, or clout. Influence means nothing if you're not helping somebody to grow. The legacy you leave won't be measured by what you had, but by who you helped. Real power